So the subject of the shiur is going to be the 17th of Tamuz. Let's see what we know about the 17th of Tamuz. On Sunday we're going to fast. What is the 17th of Tamuz? Let's see if we know what the 17th of Tamuz is bringing us on Sunday. Although Sunday, actually, it's a ta'anit shenithet. That means that it's postponed. So halachically, there is much more leniency because it's called nitha. What it means nitha? That it's because it's postponed and it's not on the same day, because you Yudzayin B'Tamuz, that means the 17th of Tammuz, supposed to fall on Shabbat. But we don't fast on Shabbat. Therefore, we postponed it. So, Be'ezrat Hashem, na'aseh v'natzliach, v'Hashem alenu berachamav yarviach. We'll speak about the subject is 17th of Tammuz. So to start, we have to go to the prophet Zechariah. The prophet Zechariah tells us in chapter 18, verse 19, he tells us like this. I'm going to translate. Ko amar Hashem tzevaot. The Almighty said, Tzom ha'revi'i, v'tzom ha'chamishi, v'tzom ha'shvi'i, וצום העשירי יהיה לבית יהודה לששון ולשמחה ולמועדים טובים והאמת והשלום אהבו. The prophet Zechariah tells us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu say that the fourth fast, the fifth fast, and the seventh fast, and the 10th fast will turn to the Jewish people to days of holiday, to days of joy and happiness. That's the prophet Zechariah. Remember that. But we still have to understand, what are we talking about? Which fast are they? He didn't tell us. He tell us 4, 5, 7, and 10. How do we know which fast are they? So to understand that, we have to go to the Gemara in Masechet Rosh Hashanah. The Gemara in Masechet Rosh Hashanah tell us something very interesting. In page 18, folio 2, that means Daf Het Amud Bet, Hazal tell us. And there they explain why is it called Tzom HaRevi'i, the fourth fast. So the Hazal explaining, the fourth fast, first of all, referring to Yudzayin B'Tamuz. Why? How do you know that the fourth fast referring to Yudzayin B'Tamuz? Hazal explain, because we know that Nisan is the first month, Rishon hu lachem lechodshei Hashana. That means the month of Nisan, we spoke about it before, the month of Nisan is the first month in a Jewish calendar. So, if we count what is the fourth month, we have Nisan, Iyar, Sivan is the third month, and the fourth month is Tamuz. So, Hazal say that from here we're learning that the fourth month, the fast of the fourth month, that Yudzayin B'Tamuz. If that happened, in that case, to the fifth fast will be Tisha B'Av. So what is the seventh fast? Tzom Gedalia. Because how do we work it out? Let's see if you know. Because Tishrei is the 7 months. Okay. And what is the 10 months? Asara B'Tevet. So from here we see that the prophet tells us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises us when the Mashiach will come, all of those 4 fasts that we mentioned will turn to Yamim Tovim. What does it mean, Yom Tov? Yom Tov, Pashut. A day that we're going to celebrate. All of those 4 months. Not only that they're going to be a day of Yom Tov, it will be a day of joy and happiness for us. Okay, so now that we explain the fast, which one of them, and we explain which month is it, now we have to speak about Shva Asar B'Tamuz. What's happened in Shva Asar B'Tamuz that Hazal constitute for us that we have to fast? So to understand that, we have to go to the Mishnah, not the Gemara now, it's the Mishnah in Masechet Ta'anit. And the Mishnah in Masechet Ta'anit, in chapter 4, Mishnah 6 tell us like this. Hamisha dvarim ir'u le'avotenu b'shiva asar b'tamuz. 5 things happened to our forefathers in the 17th of Tammuz. What are they? Nishtabru aluchot. the first tablet got broken. I will explain each one now, we'll get to it. The second thing that happened, Butal Tamid. The Korban Tamid, it was a Korban that called Korban Tamid, been cancelled. Ufka'ir, that means that the wall that was surrounding the old city of Yerushalayim been broken, and the enemy can enter. Vesaraf, Apostumos is name. Sefer Torah. Apostumos burned the Sefer Torah on the 17th of Tamuz. And the last one, Ve'omad Semel Ba'echal. That means that they put a statue in a Echal in Bet HaMikdash. That means they took an idol and they put it in Bet HaMikdash. Those the 5 things that happened on the 17th on Tammuz, and that's why we obligated to fast on the 17th of Tammuz. Now we're going to go one by one to explain. Nishtabru aluhot. The first thing that we say, Nishtabru aluhot. What's happened? Moshe Rabbeinu gone up to the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. After Bnei Israel received the Torah, they received the 10 Commandments, Moshe Rabbeinu gone up to heaven to learn Torah, to bring the Torah from heaven. When he came down after 40 days and 40 nights, it was Yud Zayin Betamuz, the 17th of Tammuz. When he came down, he saw that Am Israel, the nation of Israel, especially said the nation and not Bnei Israel, because Hazal explained to us, and the Zohar put a lot of emphasis on it. When you say Bnei Israel, that's referring to the children of Israel. When you say the nation of Israel, said the Zohar, that's the multi-nation that joined Bnei Israel when we left Egypt. V'gam erev rav ala itam. So the nation of Israel done the golden calf, and the mislead Aaron HaKohen. When Moshe Rabbeinu came down the mountain and he saw that the nation worshipping the idols, the golden calf, and not only that, Bnei Israel enjoying it. They see other people. Although that they didn't make the golden calf, they sinned by joining. And if they join it, even that they join it just by looking, that's a sin for them. Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't handle the weights, and I explained yesterday between Mincha and Mariv what it means, the weights. It's not the heaviness. Moshe Rabbeinu, you know what was his height? Rabotai, 5 meters, 10 amot. Moshe Rabbeinu can carry many things. Every day he used to erect the tabernacle and he used to take it down. That's Moshe Rabbeinu by himself. No one helped him. All the Mishkan. That means that spiritually Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't take the first tablets. And then he threw them on the floor and they broke. So that's the first thing that happened on the 17th of Tammuz. But from here we learn something else, Rabotai. What do we learn from here? That the golden calf also been done when? On the 17th of Tammuz. Why? Because if they were celebrating the 17th of Tammuz, the golden calf, that means that it's been done there. So from here we see that, a matter of fact, we learn by that the Moshe Rabbeinu broke the tablets, they created the golden calf, also on the same day. The second thing that happened on the 17th of Tammuz, it's Korban Tamid. What is Korban Tamid? Every day, when Bet HaMikdash was exist, they used to sacrifice a korban. The most important korban that was in a Mishkan, it was Korban Tamid. That they used to sacrifice it in the morning and in the evening. Why it was so important? Anyone have any idea?
Consistent.
Okay, consistent. That's his name, Korban HaTamid. But why it was so important? Listen to that. Because Hazal say that Korban HaTamid used to do atonement to Bnei Israel. First thing in the morning that you done, atonement. If you done any sin at night. And if you done any sin during the day, come Korban Ben Arbaim. That means just before the evening, they used to bring another Korban to do atonement to Bnei Israel. So what's happened there? It's been cancelled. How has it been cancelled? During the time on a siege by the Roman, okay, that the Roman, the first siege that they put on the city of Jerusalem, what's happened? The Roman every day used to supply, Rabotai, listen to it, they used to supply the Jewish people 2 sheep every day. How's it used to work? It used to be a wall. They used to bring a basket down with rope. Inside the basket was money. In that money, they used to buy the 2 sheep. One for the morning, one for the night. It was there an old man that knew the Jewish law. He wasn't Jewish. And that person, one day told the Roman, listen, I don't understand you. You want to conquer the city of Jerusalem? You will never succeed if you give him the korban. If you give them every day 2 sheep to sacrifice, you will never manage to conquer Jerusalem. What did they done? The last korban was on the 16th of Tamuz. On the 17th of Tamuz in the morning, they brought down the basket with money. The Roman Yimach Shimam Bezichram put a pig inside that basket. And Hazal tell us as soon that they start lifting it up, if you want to see it, Rabotai, that source that I'm telling, it's Gemara Masechet Baba Kama, page 82, folio 2. If you read it there, you're going to shake. They put a pig inside the basket and they start lifting up. They couldn't see. The pig got frightened while they was lifting up, and he put his claw on the wall, and the entire Eretz Israel got shaken. And from that day, they knew that that's the end. Start the beginning of all the siege, the beginning of the starvation. That was the beginning of the problem. The 17th of Tamuz. The third thing that happened, it was a Roman officer, Apostomos. When they enter Eretz Israel, he took a Sefer Torah. There is 2 opinions. One opinion say that first of all he tear the Sefer Torah, then he burn it. Other opinions say no, he just burn it. Vice versa, the first time that they burned the Sefer Torah was during the Roman time. And that was the beginning. During the Jewish history, during the Inquisition, against the Jewish people to burn the Sefer Torah.
The Babylonians didn't.
Babylonian didn't burn the Torah. He was the first one. The fourth thing that happened, U'umat Shalem Ba'echal. What it mean, U'umat Shalem Ba'echal? They put a statue in Echal HaKodesh, inside Bet HaMikdash. In the 17th of Tamuz, according to the Gemara in Yerushalmi, Masechet Ta'anit, in Perek Dalet, that means chapter 4, Halacha Het, that means law number 8, there the Gemara, there is a debate amongst the sages. What happened exactly? Who was the first one to put a statue inside Bet HaMikdash? According to one opinion in the Gemara Yerushalmi, it was Menashe. Menashe, during the time of the first temple, he put a statue inside Bet HaMikdash, so everyone should bow down to him. Other opinions say, no, it was during the second Bet HaMikdash, the second temple, that Apostomos, that Roman officer himself, he took a statue and he put it inside Bet HaMikdash. Vice versa, on the 17th of Tamuz, the fourth thing that happened, that they put a statue inside Bet HaMikdash. What was the fifth thing? Hufke'a'ir. That means that they managed to break the wall of the old city to Jerusalem. That's happened during the second temple, 70 years BC, before the counting of the era. That's when it happened. What's happened? The wicked Roman Empire managed to break the wall that's surrounding Jerusalem and they enter Jerusalem. That's after 3 years, Rabotai, after 3 years, 3 years, that they're putting Jerusalem in siege. And it's all happened, you know why? Sinat Hinam, baseless hatred. For no reason, Sinat Hinam, that's what's happened. And for 3 weeks, from the 17th of Tamuz until Tisha B'Av, that's why we have the 3 weeks, the Roman butchered the Jewish people and slaughtered them. The Jewish people tried to defend. Obviously, after 3 years of siege, they was very weak. Not enough strength to fight. There's nothing to fight. And the Roman, for 3 weeks, from the moment that they enter the city of Jerusalem, took them 3 weeks until they burn Bet HaMikdash. That means during those 3 weeks, that's going to start on Sunday, just for us, we know we're fasting, to understand. What is the 3 weeks, everyone asks? We'll speak about it. But that's what's happened. That the wicked Roman Empire slaughtered and butchered Jewish people. Men, women, children, old people, no mercy. And that's why we fight, fasting now. Rabotai, but to end up with something good. Because one of the 13 principles of the Rambam, and Rambam tell us, that a person have to believe one of them. Ani ma'amin be'emunah shlema, bebiat HaMashiach. We have to believe in the coming of the Messiah. We have to believe that Mashiach will come. Mashiach doesn't come at night. But we still have Thursday, Friday. Mashiach can come. And please God, we hope that Mashiach will come, and then all of those fasts that we mentioned will turn to Yamim Tovim. That means a Yom Tov days for the Jewish people, a day of joy, a day of happiness, a day that we can enjoy them and not suffer anymore, no more fasting. And the Mashiach Tzidkenu will say end to all our suffering. But if not, just to give us a little bit of understanding, what is Yud Zayin B'Tamuz? And I wish you all, please God, that we all merit to see Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mera b'yameinu, amen, ken yeh ratzon.